What do you want to talk about first?
Well, boy.
Because it all kind of ties together. We can all bring it together.
It really does, in a way.
Yes, everything that's happened is all part of the same animal. So let's talk about the animals.
So here's what I have is so it's like a triad, or one of those, like the 3 Venn diagrams that all converge in the middle. And
that
World War III. Well, I mean, but a 3 circle Venn diagram.
The 3 circle diagram, yeah.
Yes. In the middle, where all of them converge, is World War III. Okay. So on one Venn diagram, the one circle is the FBI Trump raid thing. Then the other much bigger World War III circle is the Pelosi Taiwan fucking idiocy, and then at the bottom is Alex Jones, and then out in the periphery is, did Biden do something good? And that's just way over here because it doesn't mean shit. Anyone is
pay attention to that.
The government is lying to you. The media is lying to you. Your racist aunt on Facebook is definitely lying to you.
She doesn't think she is.
If you are in need of a trustworthy source of facts and truth, subscribe to Special Interest Coup.
Yeah.
So, all right. Would you buy that, or do you talk about the Senate bill? The
Senate bill, but also, yeah, whatever the fuck. Like the thing where cinema was, except we have to remove the provision where we tax anyone rich. Like we have to, the provision where we take any money away from anyone who should have their money taken away.
Yeah,
like
and then Manchin's like basically negotiations where we have to make sure that we pay more money to the oil companies. Like literally BP supported this bill. ExxonMobil supported this bill. Like it's like this is a fucking climate like accomplishment, and like it's being supported by all of the major oil companies. It's like, what is wrong with this picture, guys? Anyways, what I was saying. What was I saying?
And like that's so that's a perfect segue to the Trump thing, right? So the FBI raids Trump's fucking place.
Yeah.
So the FBI raids Trump's place, and here's the thing, right? At first, it's just like, la la, ha ha, boop boop boop, ha ha, right? Because of course he like freaked out, and his whatever his truth or his social or whatever the fuck it's whatever a tweet on his website is called, is very funny. I suggest everyone read it. He calls Mar-a-Lago his home several times, and Mar-a-Lago is not supposed to be his home. Mar-a-Lago is a resort. No one is supposed to actually live there, right? So he's incriminated himself in Florida, where the place where Mar-a-Lago is paying like resort tax on his residence, right? That's illegal. That's tax fraud. Anyway, doesn't matter. But my point is that he incriminates himself in his own fucking post about how he's innocent. But
That's awesome.
but yes. And the circus is just beginning about that. But my thing is, and one of my internet friends brought this up. My most argumentative internet friends was like, "Yeah, haha," but like, but that motherfucker's gonna win in 2024, and I'm scared of that. And my thing about him saying that was like, I don't have any more thoughts left to be scared about anything until it happens, right? I'm not going to be afraid of Trump coming back in 2024 until Trump is back in 2024. That's when I'll worry about that, because number one, because I think he's lost the Jews, right? And the only way he's going to get any Jews back is if
I
this
thought you said
FBI
the
raid.
Jews.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's fucking. Trump has lost the Jews. Trump lost the Jews a long time ago, unless there's. Oh, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. No one's covering this. Fucking the West Bank and fucking Gaza is getting shelled again. No one's covering this. I've seen fucking 2 stories about that. And what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like almost like 50 people have died, and like it's like a lot of children.
This is that thing happening right in front of our eyes. The thing I was saying the other day about how Israel is the reason why America's fascist is playing out in real time again, and no one's doing shit. Unbelievable, unfucking believable. But anyway, getting back to Trump and his Jews, whatever you want, whatever.
His Jews, his juice, and everything else. Yeah, but here's her conspiracy theory that I'm thinking is this FBI raid is like the distraction to kind of numb the feeling when they decide not to press any charges or whatever. It's like even with the coup shit and everything, like Merrick Garland will say, "Oh, we've because of blah blah blah, whatever. We're not pressing any charges or whatever." And it's like the FBI raid was like the sort of counterbalance thing.
Yeah, like we're embarrassing
to keep it
back.
Yeah, to make it look like, well, at least we were trying to do some sort of investigating or something.
Yeah, but darn,
that's just a stupid kind of conspiracy theory I just thought of. Yeah,
no, but it'd be the same thing.
That's based not in any fact. It's just like really just like my random thoughts. But it's like one of those stupid things that would possibly be reality because of how stupid it is.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like sometimes you think things and you're like, well, it has to be this because of manipulation from funding from this source, and they're like, no. At the end of the day, it was actually because of some dumb whim of some fucking idiot moron of some dumb shit or whatever.
Or it's like, no, it's Brandon, baby.
Well, Brandon or Trump, it doesn't matter who you're talking about. Like at the end of the day, everybody is people, and everybody is human at least to an extent. And they're gonna
be very careful about who you call human around here, buddy.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. But they're gonna look out for number one. You know what I mean? And even when it comes to ego and that kind of thing, and like especially people like Trump and Brandon, like that. Like like the ego is almost as important as any kind of money or anything like that. Honestly, it's probably the same for both of them. But
sure, but
lost what I was
Brandon Brandon makes stupid decisions. Is my point. Brandon does the wrong things for the stupidest reasons. It's very clear he does that all the time.
So, yeah, the FBI is investigating him because apparently he took like 15 plus boxes of top secret / classified documents with him when he left the White House. Like, nope, these are mine. I signed these. They're mine, or whatever. Like, they're supposed to go.
Yeah, when you can't do that, right?
They belong to the.
Yeah, no,
US
and the
government.
FBI. That would be that would be the stupidest fucking reason to like if they go if the FBI raided fucking Mar-a-Lago and they're like, where are those 15 boxes? And he goes, oh, they're over there, and they leave with the 15 boxes, and then the end. Like
That's probably
then
what
that's the
I don't
fucking,
know.
oh my god. Every president's a war criminal. There's no fucking exceptions to that rule. It's totally obvious. Every president is also a financial criminal. There's no exceptions. We all know this. But the only one that's stupid enough to try to hide it is Trump.
To transition from what we were just talking about, or while all that was happening, Nancy Pelosi goes to Taiwan and pisses off China so much that they have, according to ABC News, halted all climate and military ties with the U.S. So
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, we kind of needed their help with the whole climate change thing because it's not
did
really
ya?
a U.S. problem. Yeah, shit's bad now.
And
So fuck,
and
they can pass as many
Well-
bills as they want, but if they don't have any help from China on climate change, then we're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked.
so here's the fun part of this. This is where, like, where, even if you're a based China type person, which I don't, hey, anti-America, don't care how you get there. But if you're a China is based type, here's an example of how the political class of who gives a shit places, right? As in all the places, except for Cuba. Part of my heart is in Cuba, but whatever. The political class in anywhere, right? They will assure their own destruction. So anyway, but this is my point, right? So the 80-plus-year-old Speaker of the House decides she's going to go on a whirlwind Asian tour. She's going to stop in various places, and she thinks to herself and her staff, how about if one of those places is Taiwan? The president from her own party, as well as the Pentagon, scream at her, no, don't. She, because she's 80 plus years old, decides, I'm going to do it. Goes, commits American military might to fighting China should they decide to, I don't know, reconquer Taiwan, take over Taiwan. How already taken over Taiwan is by China is still very unclear to me, but that's neither here nor there. This 80-year-old woman goes over in defiance of her own military and her own president to say, our support for you is ironclad, meaning iron, meaning ships, meaning planes, meaning fucking military. And China is like, what? Fuck you. What the fuck? But instead of saying, fuck that lady. And having all of America and most of the political class and literally everyone in the world go, yeah, fuck that lady. Like, the Chinese could have so easily just said, fuck Nancy Pelosi, and the vast majority of everyone would have been like, yeah, you know what? Fuck her.
Well,
That was a dumb thing to do, and the end.
The
Hold
funniest
on, I'm
thing
not done with my story.
Okay.
Hold on. So, instead of doing that, the Chinese political class decide that, you know what, it's a great idea to start doing, is doing military exercises outside of Taiwan. That's what we should do in response to an 80-year-old woman fucking mumbling fucking geriatric senile gibberish. Taiwanese people who are clearly like whatever about this, right? If I was in Taiwan, it's like whatever, dude. We live at the largesse of whoever decides not to kill us all, right? So anytime that's not happening is a good day if I'm in Taiwan, right?
Well,
anytime there's not a war over me, that's good.
Yeah, the funniest thing though that came out of all this was apparently a lot of the people in Taiwan had no clue who Nancy Pelosi was, and there was headlines and all the news that were like Pelosi bringing danger, or Pelosi causing whirlwinds, or whatever, and people thought that Pelosi was the name of a typhoon that was going to wreak havoc on the coast of Taiwan.
Yes, using metaphorical
language. They fucking know or care about U.S. politics and all that shit. And meanwhile, China is flipping their fucking shit about it. It's like, what is the point of this whole visit? What did you accomplish by it? What was accomplished?
This is what
pissing off China.
Well, this is what I think. So, I think that Nancy Pelosi is she's senile, but she's also a power-hungry, narcissistic who would absolutely be willing to take the world down with her when she goes. Right? There's a number of these people that are in power where it's like, I absolutely fucking believe that they exist to be like, when I die, the world does. Right? I just really believe that. And
well, she's getting her wish because she has severed ties with China on dealing with climate change now. And the few connections we had in the past on that. Now they're going to do whatever they want. We're going to do whatever we want, and there's no talking about it between the two at all. So, great. Thanks, Nancy.
Right, but also, so this is where the Chinese part of the story comes in. Okay? So the Chinese, instead of saying, fuck that lady, she doesn't matter, which is absolutely what they should have said. Right? They should have been like, what is the American Speaker of the House? Who gives a shit about her? We don't even know her.
Yeah,
right?
They should have just been tweeting out like, who is Nancy Pelosi, question mark?
They should have been, and they should have been rudely dismissive of her, right? Like, it's like, we don't know who this is. This person does not represent the American government as far as I'm aware, because I've never heard of her. And I know all the important people in the American government, and she's not one of them. Right? That's what, if I was China, that's exactly what I would do. And if I was America, if I was anyone in America, I would throw her fucking old ass under the bus as fast as humanly possible.
But
Right?
you know Biden's going to do that. Next time Biden talks to Xi on the phone, he's going to be like, listen, Jack. Don't listen to that, the old bird, what's her name? The Nancy Sinatra. Don't listen. Don't worry about her. She's just trying to do some business or whatever. I'm a China man. I'm a China guy.
Right, and it's like, oh, what are we trying? So we're trying to shore up the Taiwanese microchip manufacturing industry. Oh, well, it's going to be really hard to do that if the Chinese destroy it because of you, right? Like it's like, so, like, you know, like it's so colossally stupid, right? That there's only really one thing that could top it. And I hope you know where I'm going. One man has single-handedly destroyed a lifetime career as one of the greatest broadcasters of all time, as one of the most entertaining men in the universe. He has single-handedly fucked himself into a hole because he went after dead elementary school children. Mistake number one. He fucking doubled down on that shit for way too long. Number two. He went to court over it instead of settling for as much money as they could have ever asked for.
And like fired like 5 lawyers in the process, only to end up with a lawyer
only
his entire
to send the contents of his phone in their entirety to the prosecution. Thus,
that was like law number 7 or whatever.
Thus, making perjury charges applicable now, because there's proof that he's lying now, and getting a judgment that, I swear to God, every time I look at it, it's a new number. It's 44.5, 44.9, 45.3. It's 50. It's 52. I've seen, it's like it just keeps going up because different courts keep reaching other settlements. It's just a cascade of shit. And the fact that him and his fucking people are so stupid that they didn't stem the tide of this at all, at any point. They were just like, no, we're going to keep fighting. We're going to fight the globalists. We're going to do this. Yeah, but like, what? You're gonna fucking don't do that now. Now is not the goal. Let's have you. They have
from
you.
New York City and California. They can't stop us. They're not gonna stop us.
Whoever they are, whoever those people are, whoever you think they are, oh, they got you, bud. They got you. They got you big time.
Real good.
They got you real good, right? You're lucky that you're not going to go to prison. But then I thought, you know what? This is completing an arc, and the arc is that Alex Jones took the guy that you would see on any street corner in any city in this country, screaming about the end times and about the globalists and about the, whatever, the reptilians and whatever. And he took that guy and he put him on the radio, and that radio guy made a lot of money being on the radio because he is a talented broadcaster and a talented performer. I will die on that hill. He's way more he is infinitely more talented than your Joe Rogans, than your fucking, your Rush Limbaughs and those people. Fuck those people.
Yeah.
Right? He has got fucking head and shoulder, and any of the other conspiracy people, your Art Bells, your fucking George Norries, your Coast to Coasts, right? Any of those, like the people that talk about aliens all the time, all those people, boring. Alex Jones brought it all together.
Let's also not forget that he's actually Bill Hicks.
No, he's not. Because Bill Hicks wasn't this stupid, right? It's like he's if Bill Hicks was doing nothing but just killing was just like if Bill Hicks huffed paint and was for sure doing that, right? Like he did it if Bill Hicks huffed paint on stage regularly, he would have become Alex Jones. Now, one of the other things to come to light about all this Alex Jones stuff is that this isn't the funniest thing that has happened to Alex Jones in court. Because, I don't know if you remember his divorce trial, but at one point, he claimed in a court of law that he ate a bowl of chili so big that it made him forget the names of his children.
What?
That's a real thing. Look it up.
Wait, he ate a bowl of chili so
he ate
big.
A bowl of chili that was so big, and I don't know, gave him like such bad gas or what. I don't know what the bowl of chili did to him. I don't know if it was like a bad bowl of chili and he ate a whole lot of it. I don't know if he just ate a whole lot of chili.
It turns out it was psilocybin mushroom chili.
Either way, doesn't matter how you get there. He said in the court of law that he forgot his children's names because he ate a giant bowl of chili, and if that isn't classic vintage, 1938 Bordeaux Alex Jones, if that isn't vintage Alex Jones, then I don't know what is.
I don't have a ton, but I'm gonna try to
best ones will start with those.
We gotta remember, man, keeping it loose.
Yes, keeping it loose.